Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Speaking of the way we use the internet and maybe curbing how we do that, a top cop is now insinuating that just insulting someone on Facebook can get you arrested. This is a police representative. He warned that Americans could be arrested for bad language or insulting someone on Facebook after a woman was charged with harassment by computer for posting a selfie of herself holding a gun. Now, this is a 26-year-old woman, Kristen Holmes. She got into a Facebook argument when a woman had mistaken her for someone else. And so she took a picture of herself brushing her teeth and holding a gun, taking a selfie. And she said, "I'll post a few actual pics of me so you know the difference when you come and find me." And she said it kind of funny. She called herself Facebook thugging, and she said, "Don't do it, it'll get you arrested." But now Holmes is facing up to 1 year in prison and a $2,500 fine for posting this photo that she took down after she realized it was kind of threatening, a little bit intimidating. She said she took it down. But she says, "It wasn't a threat. I thought it was a funny picture. What happened to freedom of speech?" But the president of the Virginia Fraternal Order of Police says that free speech doesn't say you have the right to insult somebody. Oh, unfortunately, yes, it does. But he said that using bad language online should also be considered a crime. He said it's actually against the law to say it in public. It's a part of the disorderly conduct statute. If it's against the law to say it in public, why wouldn't it be against the law to say it to someone through a computer? So now here we have a top cop talking about arresting people for using profanity online. So that is quite insane. Big Brother, totalitarian. They want to be able to control every aspect of your life, tightly monitor and control it. That's the only way the government can grow. They don't actually do anything. The only way they can grow is by enacting bizarre regulations against the public. So here we have another story. A Texas man is now serving 17 days in jail because he had an overgrown lawn. This was the option he opted for. This is Rick Yos. He's an electrician for Tarrant County College. He routinely works long hours. He just turned himself into custody on Saturday because he lacked the funds to pay a $1,700 fine that he received over his yard. He said that's the equivalent of 3 mortgage payments for him. So he said it got overgrown because he was working a lot of hours. They were really busy. As soon as the city sent a warning, they handled it. They mowed the lawn and they continued to keep it mowed, but that wasn't enough for the city. They issued a warrant for Yos' arrest and a $1,700 fine. Now, in that article, there is a video of Alex Jones, baby Alex Jones, from the archives, where he is interviewing Roland Ellingson, who was being threatened with fines over an overgrown lawn as well here in Austin. And they were threatening him with fines of up to $2,000 a day. So Alex went to one of the city council members' homes just down the street from Mr. Ellingson. And that city council member actually owned 2 homes on that street. And her yard was completely overgrown. There were holes in the roof, a tarp over the roof at one of her rental homes. But of course, no fines for that city council member. And that's what this is all about. It's not to regulate everyone. It's not to save the entire earth. It's about controlling the people who don't have enough money to push back. Now, we're also seeing this in California. They're experiencing a historical drought right now. And so the governor has just announced that he's going to start levying heavy fines for people who take too long of showers. $500 a day for people who are found to be taking a little bit too long in the shower. Now, obviously, they're going to be able to track that because of all of those mandatory smart meters that they were installing all over the state. But now a lot of California residents are pointing out the hypocrisy in this, saying if you go to an affluent neighborhood in Beverly Hills, it doesn't even seem like there is a drought at all. There doesn't seem to be any sort of a drought because people are still watering their lawns and the golf courses are still really green. And they're also pointing out that these neighborhoods use far more water per capita than less wealthy communities, 150 gallons of water per capita in places like Beverly Hills, whereas it's less than 45 per capita in these lower income communities. So you see how they're using so much more water, but they're not going to get levied. They're not going to get these huge fines, just like Nestle is going to scoop up all the water that's there and continue selling this bottled water, $10 a gallon, while there is a historical drought. So it's not about controlling this and saving the world. It's about rules and regulations for those who can't buy their way out of them. So now we're seeing, we can't cuss online. The definition of free speech and freedom of religion is a little bit fuzzy now in this United States of totalitarianism. We've reported before people who simply question the official story of 9/11 were kidnapped by the FBI and thrown into mental institution because they were sharing too many stories on Facebook questioning the official story of 9/11. And now we're actually being sent in reports from some of our listeners. The National Guard is being called up in places like Michigan and Florida to do these military trials of rounding up dissidents. So that is a huge concern, because here they're kind of setting the agenda of this is what you can do, this is what you can't do. Big Brother is always watching you. And now we're going to go and start doing our military training exercises right on the street. You can see us rounding up dissidents. And that is a big concern.
Infowars Life and InfowarsLife.com is extremely excited to announce our latest release, Winter Sun, a revolutionary type of vitamin D3. Winter Sun is a premium quality vitamin D3 nutritional supplement. It is produced by extracting oil from healthy, nutrient-dense plants known as lichens. Every batch is analyzed for purity and D3 content. It's completely free of toxins and allergens. Simply put, if you want the best at an extremely low price, this is it. Winter Sun is the result of our pursuit of the best source of vitamin D3. The research and development took over 2 years, but the result, as verified by independent laboratories, is the best vegan vitamin D3 product in the world. Read the facts at InfowarsLife.com about Winter Sun Vitamin D3. Not only does vitamin D3 promote a healthy mood, but vitamin D supports our memory and brain function, something the globalists are targeting. Visit Infowars.com today or call 888-253-3139.